Hello and good evening. I'm Marla, and I'll be teaching you the breathing and relaxation class today. The goal of the class is to give you some new and deeper tools to help you downshift and activate the latent parasympathetic nervous system. So, the sympathetic nervous system is our fight, flight, and freeze response when we're feeling vigilant, aggressive, um, having a stress response, we're using the sympathetic nervous system. And it is possible to allow the parasympathetic nervous system, the other part, the rest and digest part, to be more active, more in the forefront of our experience. And if we know some certain tools to get us there, we can actually improve our immune system response. We can be more in control and make more choices around our stress response. And we can help ourselves downshift, let go, relax at the end of the day. So, for a lot of us, we have habits like watching TV or eating or drinking that help us with that downshifting. And our breathing exercises are an ancient practice rooted in yoga, which is my foundation and many of our other instructors' foundation. Today, I would just want to show you one of the books that I love. I am certified in Life Force Yoga, which is yoga for depression and anxiety. And the founder of that program, Amy Weintraub, wrote this book, Yoga for Depression. And within here, she talks about the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve runs vertically in the body. And if you pump the belly, so move it in and out, you can stimulate the vagus nerve. Okay, so in this book, she talks about how some of these breathing patterns that you're learning, if you've tuned in other weeks, and one of the ones we'll do today, vagal nerve stimulation can help those folks who are suffering from severe depression to actually have improvements in their depressive symptoms. So in this particular study, there was vagal nerve stimulation to treat patients suffering from depression who failed to respond to an average of 16 depression and mood treatments. According to Cyberonics, the company that developed the vagal nerve stimulation device, after 3 months of VNS, 40% of these 43 patients showed a 50% or greater improvement in depressive symptoms, and 21% achieved remission. So if they did 1 year of it, they had an even better remission rate. This is an invasive surgery, but it shows that there's actually proof that vagal nerve stimulation helps with depression. Okay, and so I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here that's worthwhile. So we can achieve this state of calm alertness from using vagal nerve stimulation. So 2 of our exercises today, what I want you to think about is moving the belly. Okay, so just taking one hand right now to your belly. Letting the eyes close. Letting the face soften. Noticing the space between the eyebrows. Noticing the temples left and right. Noticing the corners of the eyes. Noticing the corners of the mouth. With one hand on the belly, as you inhale, allow the belly to press into the hand. As you exhale, let the hand press in to the belly. As you inhale, the belly presses into the hand. As you exhale, the hand presses in to the belly. Continue breathing with full awareness. If you're not feeling the belly move, you can bring the other hand to the chest and simply watch. Watch how breathing expands and contracts the torso, if it does at all. If the mind is wanting to wander away, mentally say, inhale one, exhale one. Inhale two, exhale two. And continue breathing and counting. Notice thoughts, emotions, urges arising. And then move the attention back to breathing, feeling the sensation of heat, pressure, movement under the palm. And from here, just swallow a couple times, noticing the muscles of the throat contracting. And we're going to breathe here audibly. So, what you're going to do is tighten up those muscles, the back of the throat, and just drop open the mouth, making that audible ha sound. Kind of like a Darth Vader sound, or if you were fogging up a glass in the wintertime, you would see the breath on the glass in front of you. So what we're doing is tightening up the aperture of the throat here, and we're going to lengthen the breath naturally. So continuing to breathe, inhaling with the lips closed, we're just going to breathe in and out through the nostrils with that tightened throat. And if you do feel that belly movement, continue to allow the belly to move with this lengthened breath. It's natural to feel the mucus in the throat and lungs kind of loosening or changing. It's natural to feel the need to cough or take a break. It's natural to hear yourself snoring. And if you do, you may want to adjust the head. Maybe you need to tuck the chin a little bit, lift up through the crown of the head. There may be resistance or discomfort. There may be the dislike of the sound or memories arising. Whatever the experience is, continue with the exercise, returning attention to the audible sound of breathing. Stay with the practice. If it feels difficult to breathe, take a break. Doing natural breathing, watching the belly expand and contract, and then return to Ujjayi breathing, where we're restricting the throat, making the breath audible. And then let this breathing practice go. You could drop the hands by the sides of the body or rest them in the lap. Watch the natural breath. Making any observations about what may have changed. Noticing the need here to make a choice. Perhaps you need to move the body a little bit, shift in the seat, open the eyes. Just making a decision here on what's best for you. Okay, and then we're going to get up. We're going to do a little bit of a moving breathing practice. This one is called prana pulling. So prana pulling. Okay. So first here, we're just going to move the body a little bit. I'm going to adjust this camera. I take the hands to the hips and just circle the hips around. The breath is really more expansive than we think it is. We think of it as just moving this chest region. We may think of it as just the chest and the belly, but actually the breath can lift the shoulders, expand the rib cage in all directions, even the back of the body, expands the belly and even the lower diaphragm. Okay, the pelvic floor can be involved in the breathing. So as we circle the hips, we're creating more flexibility in that area. This is definitely one of my favorite movements. So if you've been moving in one direction, move in the other. Okay, and then we're going to do some prana pulling. So you may have been in another class where we did Bastrika breathing, where we inhaled and exhaled forcefully. This time we're doing a little bit of a different movement with the hands. We're inhaling, extending the hands forward, palms open, closing the fists, and exhaling forcefully. So you can bring the hands all the way back to the sides of the body. Inhale, exhale. Just do that slowly first. We're just going to breathe with the movement. And what you might notice is if the breath and the body are in sync with one another or out of sync. We're not forcing the breath right now. As you inhale, you're extending. As you exhale, you're pulling back. Now you could continue just doing this. If you'd like to try the full prana pulling, then we're going to forcefully exhalation as we bring the hands, forcefully exhale as we bring the hands back. So it looks like this. I've got some restriction. Okay, so we're gonna pump the belly, pump the breath, forcefully inhaling and exhaling. Okay, and we'll do it for a few rounds and then pause. And then we'll do 3 rounds total. Okay, each time we'll get a little bit longer. Okay, beginning together. Inhale. And let the breathing practice go, inhaling and exhaling normally. I like to close my eyes to tune into what's going on inside. You may choose to keep your eyes open for better balance. We're going to do it again for a little bit longer here. Inhaling, exhaling, and forcefully. And letting the breathing practice go. Breathing naturally and observing. All right, last round. It's going to be a little bit longer on my end. You go to your comfort. Remember, if you have constriction, like you heard me, you may want to adjust the head in different directions. You may choose just to allow it to be there. Not judging the experience, just really exploring what happens when we do this kind of breath. Okay, so palms open. You always have the option just to do full breathing rather than forceful. Okay, beginning all together. Stimulating that vagus nerve as you pump the belly. Letting the breathing practice go. Separating the feet. Letting the eyes gaze at a neutral point or eyes closed. Observing. Noticing here sensations of the body. New sensations of breathing. And we're going to end our time today with an exercise in body awareness, simply paying attention to the different parts of the body. So, depending on your goal today, you may choose to lay in your bed, sit in your chair, lay on your yoga mat, anything that feels supportive to you in this practice. I will suggest that you take some kind of support rather than standing. But if you're especially tired and you don't want to fall asleep when you feel like you might, then of course you can do it standing. Letting the eyes close and letting the gaze rest on a neutral point in front of you. I invite you now to move inside. We spend the day focusing mostly outside of our bodies, noticing the experience of the stimuli around us. And now we're going to observe the sensations of the body. I'm just going to name some words, some descriptive labels for the sensations that you may experience in the body scan. And the body scan is really an exercise in observing and letting go. Observing and letting go. And noticing this constant changing state of the body. I'm going to throw some words out that may arise in your awareness or not. Tender, warm, cool, sweaty, contracted, achy, dense, sensitive, armored, buzzing, wide, alive, still. Growing our language of sensations can help us connect with them more fully. And starting here with the right hand, bring our attention to the right hand, noticing sensations, mentally picturing the hand, and saying the word right hand. We'll continue through the body this way. Right forearm, right upper arm, right shoulder, right side of the ribs, right side of the waist, right hip, right thigh, right knee, right shin and calf, right ankle, the top of the foot, the heel of the foot, the sole of the foot, right toes, left hand, left forearm, left upper arm, left shoulder, left side of the ribs, left side of the waist, left hip, left thigh, left knee, left shin and calf, left ankle, heel of the foot, sole of the foot, top of the foot, toes, bring the attention to the crown of the head, forehead, temples, eyes, ears, cheeks, nostrils, upper and lower lip, tongue, jaw, front of the neck, chest, upper belly, lower belly, groin, buttocks, small of the back, middle of the back, the upper part of the back, back of the neck, back of the head. Bringing attention to the whole of the arm, the right arm and the left. Bringing attention to the whole of the right and left legs. And expanding attention to the whole body. Feeling the breath move through the whole body. Notice the parts of the body that are heavy. Notice the parts that are light or expansive. And if you're feeling ready, You can begin to join us back here, or simply turn off this recording and head to bed. If you're joining us back in the room, begin to stretch and move the body, slowly blinking the eyes open. And in your own time, coming back here, joining me in the room, taking a moment to digest your whole practice. Noticing any shifts or changes from maybe when you arrived, when you began. And thank you. Thank you all for participating. Would love to hear how the class is going for you, how it was today. And I look forward to seeing you next week. We do have some recordings available during this Thanksgiving weekend when the team and I are taking a little break. But I wish you a very, very happy holiday and thank you. Thank you for participating. Namaste.